A seagull saved this man's life, but not before he crashed his sailboat. He had pulled together all of his savings to buy it, but a brutal storm sent him well off course. As a result, he was left stranded on an uncharted island after the sailboat hit a coral reef and sunk. Ashore, he survived for weeks and then months without any sign of rescue. Then one day, a seagull came out of nowhere and snatched the one thing the man depended on for survival, and one of the only things he salvaged from the wreck, his fishing lure, one he had since he was a little boy with his name engraved on it. He tried to catch the seagull, but it was too late. Enraged, he cursed the sky and his misfortune. He hadn't seen a bird the entire time. Why now? From here on out, his only food would have to come from whatever he could scrounge up in the tide pools. The man's trials on the island only seemed to intensify with each passing day. After the loss of his cherished fishing lure, his fortunes took another hit when the same seagull, in a twist of fate that seemed almost personal, swooped down and took the only piece of flint he had found. This flint was crucial for starting fires, an essential part of his survival. Watching the bird fly away with it, a part of him wanted to give up. Once again, he cursed the sky and planned to turn the seagull into dinner the next time he saw it. Without a flint, he was forced to innovate by using the friction between two branches to start a fire. He had only seen this done in the movies, but somehow it worked. However, just as he began to find a new rhythm, disaster struck again. The seagull, as if harboring a vendetta, returned. This time, its target was the rainwater catch he had painstakingly crafted after days of trial and error, cuts on his hands, and the patience he never knew he possessed. In a moment of carelessness fueled by exhaustion and frustration, he chased the bird as it landed, causing it to flail and knock the structure onto the jagged rocks below. The catch shattered, leaving him without his primary source of fresh water. This loss was the last straw. He fell to his knees, salty tears stinging his burnt face. Feeling beaten and on the brink of giving up, he knew he had to do something drastic. He needed to find a spring with fresh water, if there even was one on this island. Out of necessity, he decided to climb to the island's highest point, a task he had previously deemed too energy-consuming to attempt. The climb was arduous, pushing him to the absolute limit. At the summit, exhausted and out of breath, he didn't find any sign of a spring. What he did see was a cargo ship on the far horizon. Using his newfound skill, he started a bonfire as quick as he could. Fortunately, he was in the best possible place on the island to get attention. Sure enough, the ship continued heading straight in his direction. He rushed to the shore, then he was saved. When he got on board, he asked how they had found him. The captain laughed, informing him that the seagulls had remained on board for many nautical miles. But when one dropped a fishing lure, they noticed his name on it and headed to the closest island. But had the seagull not taken the man's lure, the ship never would have come close. And had the seagull not taken his flint, which he easily could have left on the shore during his ascent, he may not have been able to start the signal fire. And had the seagull not destroyed his rainwater catch, he may never have spotted the ship in the first place. Similarly, our adversity in life often forces us to adapt, learn new skills, and ascend beyond our comfort zone, just as the man had done. And so, the story of the man and the seagull lives on in our everyday lives, because there's always a plan for us in life, even when our misfortune seems to get the best of us.